What's up, peeps? It's GA. Just coming to shine some more light on some stuff for you. Let's watch the sheriff here. This is Grady Judd.
Lieutenant Harper from the Lakeland Police Department, as well as our colleagues from one more child anti-trafficking organization, Jody Bennett, Dr. Mary Ann Thomas, and Krista Hicks. And I will lay out an overview of our operation that we worked with the Lakeland Police Department, the Winter Haven Police Department, the Haines City Police Department, and the St. Petersburg Police Department. Our goal here is to identify and stop human trafficking, identify victims of human trafficking and stop human trafficking. We did a 6-day operation. We arrested 154 people on 46 felony charges and 202 misdemeanor charges. Now, I'd like to point out, when you look at this wall, that these folks collectively had a total of 1,262 previous criminal charges. 567 were felony charges, 202 were misdemeanor charges, and we'll highlight some of those folks in just a minute. But the primary goal is to rescue victims from human trafficking and to arrest people that are buying human beings, and that's what these guys were doing when they were seeking the services of these ladies. In addition to that, because of the great work of our team that works child predators, and quite frankly, the two ladies that do that for us are simply the best, not in the state of Florida, but in the United States, we were able to identify, and we're going to talk about 2 child predators. I can tell you the deviant acts these folks wanted to engage in, if we'd not made another arrest in the 6 days with the resources that we used, the fact that we got those 2 child sexual predators.
Made it a grand slam week. If whoever calls me there would just wait till this press conference is over, I'll be glad to talk to him, but I'm busy right now.
So, when you see the team that's together here, not only law enforcement, but our colleagues and friends from One More Child Anti-Trafficking, you see how serious we are. We will talk about their work in just a minute, and we'll let them expound upon it, but they had the opportunity to interview and interact with every one of those that we arrested. But where did they come from?
You know, I'm disappointed. 54 of them came from Polk County this time.
You people in Polk County know better. You've been living under a rock or what? We don't allow this in Polk County, so figure it out. Quit coming to these operations unless, of course, you really like my county jail, because that's where you're going to end up.
44 were arrested from Hillsborough County.
Now, you get the same news coverage. What's wrong with y'all?
And Pinellas County as well. But let me tell our friends from Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, New Jersey, Georgia, Nevada, Michigan, Texas, Massachusetts, and North Carolina, who all got arrested.
Welcome to Florida on vacation. You're going to leave on probation.
30 of these folks were married.
That's right.
Their wives were at home or at work, and they were out messing around with prostitutes and had the opportunity to bring HIV or AIDS home to their family. 8 of them were on public assistance.
That's right.
You, the taxpayer, were paying for them to go out and either solicit prostitution or provide services. So let's go through our poster children. Number 1, James Michaels.
I can't say enough bad stuff about James Michaels.
He's a child predator. He's a child sexual predator. He not only is a child sexual predator, he enjoys and deals in child pornography. He traveled from Lutz to Polk County thinking he was going to meet up with a 14-year-old boy, a child, to engage him in sexual conduct. Here's what he said: "I like to train newbies." And he said all kinds of ugly stuff that we can't talk about on television. When he arrived, he was in possession of more than 200 different pieces of child pornography. He talked about wanting to have unprotected sex with a child. And yet he admitted to us that he was HIV positive.
Focus on this a minute.
This is a 34-year-old man who said in his communication he was 24, like that makes a difference. Who lied and talked about how clean he was when in fact he was HIV positive. When he bragged of and wanted to have unprotected sex with a child while he was HIV positive. There's not enough ugly words in the world to say about that man. So we charged him with additional charges, not only traveling to meet a minor, not only his communication to meet a minor, but about lying. It's against the law to lie about your HIV status and to lie about your age. He worked for Progressive Insurance and Sales.
Well, Progressive, scratch him off. He ain't coming back to work. He's going to prison for a long time.
He is the number one meanest, ugliest, nastiest person of all of them on that board. And he ranks among the ugliest and the nastiest that we've ever dealt with, and scariest, by the way.
Alright, so Mr. Judd, all I'm trying to figure out is if you go on your website and type in James, not Michaels, but Mitchell's, search that name, no information found. Please try again. Okay, let's try again. No information found. Please try again. So the meanest, nastiest, all the shit you just said about this guy, you can't even find that mugshot on your website? What kind of shit is that? And we're gonna go on Polk County Clerk of Court. See what we find here. Well, there is a criminal felony on 5/20/2019. You can see the affidavit complaint filed on the same day. Alright, what you can see here is a Polk County Sheriff's Office probable cause affidavit. The arresting or submitting member was Christine Smith. You can see right there. Happened in Bartow, Florida. Looks like James Mitchell's. And I'm not redacting anything because this is straight from Polk Clerk of Court, so there is nothing redacted on it that I've found. There's the charge right there under statute 827.071 section 5, 200 counts. Oh yeah, there are redactions. Alright, on May 18th, 2019, during an undercover operation within Polk County, Florida, undercover detectives were online attempting to locate and identify offenders that use the internet to sexually exploit children. I'm not going to read this whole freaking thing, but I'm going to scroll down so you guys can. There's some pretty nasty stuff in here. So, with all that said on that press conference, it really baffles me as to why you wouldn't be able to find his face on the Polk County Jail website. And here's an, continuation. Feel free to pause if you need to. how far Lutz is from Tampa, but maybe you should get your facts lined up, I guess. Oh, I guess that's it. So, yeah, that's my point. Why isn't that picture there? It's crazy. I know you got pictures of people who had a little bit of weed all on there, or knowingly driving on a suspended license. You know what I mean? Stupid shit like that. You have their pictures plastered all on that website. But why not this big, scary, nasty, despicable guy that you were talking about?